Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. We are going to put some stuff in our Grandma's Attic soft spine journal today. We did the cover yesterday. I went ahead and sewed in both signatures, so you can see those are sewn here on the spine. The thing I love about this is that the soft spine allows your book to lay completely flat. So it's great for writing. I mean, look at this. You know, once you get things in here, it's going to be a little lumpy bumpy, but it's still going to lay relatively flat for journaling. So I think that's a lot of fun. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to do is, well, I guess I should have gotten organized a little better before I turned on the camera. I have some stuff laying over here on the side, and I thought we would just see how far we got in a half an hour. So I've got these two postcards that came with the Grandma's Attic. It comes with a ton of ephemera, so yeah, just a ton of stuff. And then I have printed out this one of the background pages, and actually I think it's intended to be an ephemera piece, but I just cut it into tags. I printed it on cardstock and made tags out of it. So as per usual, I'm going to cut some notches in these postcards. If I can get my envelope punch board out. And we are going to use these postcards for the front and back pocket. Make sure they're the right way up. They are, looks like 4 3/8. So I want 2 3/4. No, that's not right. They are 4 3/8. So I want 2 3/16. Okay, let's get it correct. What do they say? Measure twice, punch once. Okay, so I am going to ink around these really quickly. And then I'm trying to decide, do I want to add any lace or anything to these. These background pages and ephemera pieces are so decorative all over already. You can see these already have stamps and postage stamps and also digital stamps, cancellation stamps. So they've got a lot going on, but I do like to add my ribbon. So I think I'm going to add this one to the front, and I'm just going to go over that fabric. I'm not worried about that. So let's get this glue to the bottom or top of the bottom bottle. And we'll glue this on 3 sides. Quarter inch from the bottom and the left should do. Now, the question is, are these tags going to fit in here? Hopefully I've glued thin enough that they should fit, but they're way too tall. I don't want them that tall. Let me glue this pocket on the back here, and then we'll talk about the tags. I'm trying to stay close to the edge here so that I have more room in my pocket. Quarter an inch side and bottom. There we go. I do want to make sure that those stick to the fabric. I mean, it is 3-in-1, so you know it is formulated for that, but it takes an extra second or two to grab. So Okay. All right, so we've got these tags. Now, they probably would fit in about here and have, what, an inch overage, but I just don't want them that tall. So I'm going to cut the 2 inches off the bottom and put it on the back for an extra pocket. So let me get my cutter out. I'm going to close up my glue. And get my cutter out. And there again, I'm just going to cut off, I don't know if you can see that or not, I'm going to cut off the bottom 2 inches, like so, and then we'll ink that cut line. Now it makes a short fat tag. I'm going to ink this cut line, and we'll do the same to this one. You don't have to do 2 inches. You could do a smaller piece if you like, but I find that the 2 inches is just about right. There again, inking up where I cut on both pieces. Okay. So now you could use this for a pocket somewhere else. You could use it for a journal card, but I like to put it on the back. I actually think I'm going to do, you could put it here and use it like a tuck, but I think I'm just going to make a regular pocket out of it. Hope everyone's having a good week. Made it to Thursday. Well, that's always good. Okay. And we'll do this one the same way. I don't know which way was the bottom. I guess it doesn't really matter. I did print front and back on these. I printed the Liana Scraps tea-dyed paper on the back of these, all of the ephemera, because that way I don't have to ink so much. So let's punch some holes in these. I've got my hole puncher here. Do the 3/4, or I'm sorry, 3/4 would be a very big hole. We're doing the 3/16, and I think I want to put this. I'm trying to use up all the stuff that I have on the side over here. So this piece is about, it's about 5.5. I think we can make it work. I'm just going to fold that on the end, and I'm not going to try and do a lark's head. I'm just going to kind of do a half knot. It kind of works better with the crochet trim, like so. And the tops don't stand out, but that's okay. And then, so let's cut another one the same size. This is a different ribbon, but like I said, I'm using, I'm trying to use what I have over here on the side. Okay, so we'll do the same thing here. That's not like they're going to be next to each other. Not that it would matter anyway. This is a little bit grungy, so I do like the knot on the front though. So let's get that. Let's kind of twist that around. I kind of pulled it too tight, too fast. I'm going to have to loosen it. Alright, get over here. There we go. Just a half knot. Okay, so let's see if these will fit in our pockets. It might be a little snug, but I think we can make it. Yeah, perfect. Exactly how I wanted it. I'm not going to go down too far because I don't want it to get stuck in the bottom, and I'll come back and check them. So, alright, so the next thing we want to do is some envelopes. So I've got these envelopes. that came with the kit, and they have a little writing card inside. They're both the same. These were larger, and I printed 2 to a page, so that's why they're this size. Normally they would have been this size, but I like the smaller ones for attaching to the side of the page. So I'm going to run some ribbon along the bottom of these, and I have this, but I don't want this ribbon. Hang on just a second. Let's use this. I've got a bunch of this that I hardly ever use, so we will use a little bit of that. It's a little bigger than the trim that I put in the tags, but it's thinner as well. So it's not a thick crochet. It does feel cotton. It doesn't feel like nylon, but it's just not as thick. So we'll get that one on there. And that one on there. And like I said, I want the papers to stand out. I don't want, you know, everything to be covered up. I chose the papers because they're beautiful. And so, you know, I like to showcase the papers. So I may come back like I did last time and add. So I think what I'm going to do here, we have the paper on this side. This is just coffee dyed. So I'm going to come on this side and add my paper clips. I'm going to use the small ones. Just toss them down there and stick those over the page like that. And I'll do the same thing on this side. We do have 2 signatures in this journal, so I'm putting one of each piece, one in the front, one in the back. Okay, so the next thing we have, that we've got the front and back covers, we've got the decorator envelopes. Now we need corner flips. So I do have some corner flips, but I haven't put them together yet. So I've just taken some coffee dyed paper, and I think I cut these 4 1/4. Let's see if those are going to fit in there. Might be important to know. Yeah, they're going to be fine. Okay, so I've got 2 of these, and I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure they're a little flatter. I'm going to run some ribbon that I have pre-cut already for these. There again, I used what I had on the side of my desk. If I could probably stay busy for a while with what's on my desk. I have several unfinished projects on the shelf in front of me. I have still those Christmas folios for the recipes, and I asked my kids about them the other day, and they were like, oh yeah, we were talking about what recipes we want to put in them. And you never know with your kids if they're going to be interested in things that you take the time to make, you know. So that was kind of cool. Alright, so let's put some on this side. And there again, I'm just dressing up a piece of coffee dyed paper. I only printed out a few of the background pages. I didn't print out a ton of papers. Like I usually will print a whole collection, but I've used this collection before, so I did not print out the whole thing here because I was thinking I had a stash of pieces somewhere, and I'm sure I do. I just could not locate them. I filed them away when I cleaned up. So anyway, I just printed out what I needed, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try and use what's on the side for the ephemera, and I may have to print out a couple of things, but no major printing. Not that I don't have the ink, because I have the instant ink, but give the printer a little break. Okay, so I snuck into my little collage box and just picked up a few things. So I've got some torn music paper that I'm just going to ink around. Not sure. I think it goes this way because of that rest. Okay. It's been a long time since I read music or remembered what the symbols meant. Probably some almost 20 plus, almost 30 years. I think that's how it goes. And then I got these little, these were from a 6x6 pad that I know we've used before when we were making some make-ahead ephemera. So I want to put that there. Got 2 of them. These are from the same collection, I believe. You know, one of those Hobby Lobby, pick up a 6x6 pad real quick because it's cute and they're on sale for $2. And then I went ahead and made some bows, so I think we'll stick those on there like that. And we've got corner pockets. So let's glue that down. And then we'll glue those into the book. Love using up these little pieces parts. But when I have little tiny ephemera, I put it all in my my little collage bin. It's an old puzzle box that I converted, and I have torn up music sheets and book pages and dictionary pages and leftover pieces of ephemera that I've just cut out. So, and I think I'm just going to put that right there, like that. So this morning I thought, oh, you know, I planned to make all this ephemera yesterday, and I thought, well, I'm going to get on here today. Maybe I'll be able to make, you know, 2 or 3 videos and wrap this up. My make-ahead days never turn out. I'm so jealous of people that get to do 3 videos in a row. There's always something. So today was my son's day to cut the grass, and he was procrastinating, and I'm like, dude, I need to do my videos and I don't want the lawnmower in the background. Okay, so, you know, finally I just gave up, and was watching Dawn Meadows, the Book Vandal shop, watching her series with the hardcover trifold that she just finished. I can't wait to make that. So fun. It looks so fun. And I've got a bunch of Reader's Digest. Every time I go to Goodwill, if they have them, I buy them all. And so I have several. And I went through one day and I was like, you know what? I need more room. So I gutted them all. And I have a big stack of the inside pages like this. I use these for gluing. I also use them for punching, but none of them have a spine. And then I took some of the spines. Some of the spines will, you know, crack. So I have a lot of just boards, but then some of them have good spines. So this one I wanted to put lace over, but it still was showing the title and everything through. Not that that's a big deal. So I just put a piece of the micropore tape over it, and then it kind of muted it a little bit so that I can put lace over this when I'm done. And then on the inside I put a piece of cardstock and some music. So this one's ready for some pages. I really like this. If I was doing an autumn journal, this would have been perfect because it's brown and orange, very pumpkin-y. But I don't have any plans for an autumn journal. Okay, so let's get these in the book. Did I glue them down? There's glue on here. Okay. All right, so where do we want these? I don't have as many miscellaneous pages in here, so I'm just going to go through, put them in, and you know what? We'll have to use different pages later on if we want. Okay, so I'm going to glue this on. This is a flip. Has a journaling spot. Little corner flip. And so I'm just going to set that there. I'm not going to go too far from the edge because I want to make sure that it doesn't get caught up in the binding here. I want to leave a little room there. So I've got about a 1/16 of an inch from the edge. Open that up. Press that down. Okay, and then we'll go back here and we'll find that same page. It's the one next to, yeah. But I thought that would look cute, and because we're using the same, you know, coffee dyed paper here. The coffee dyed paper is printed. It's by Liana Scraps. Liana Scraps or Liana Scraps, something very close. But the link is in the description if you're interested. Sometimes it's just faster for me. It's hard to coffee dye paper. I don't really have a place to do it except on the kitchen table. And just about the time I get everything out, you know, it's time to make a meal. So, and I don't have a good place to do it outside. So it's just, it's been easier to print, especially since I have the unlimited, you know, the instant ink. So, alright, so we need a tag or some such for in there. Now I have taken some more of the backgrounds and I printed these out on one of the backgrounds. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that. This was the page. And I just cut it. And these are 3x6 tags. And I just loved them. So I thought these would look good in there. So let's put some ties in these. And I think I'll use this same thread I used on the envelopes. So 2, 4, about 6 inches usually works if it's thin enough. If it's thicker, I'll make it a little longer because sometimes it's hard to get that little loop with my fat fingers. So I go through the front to the back, and I know a lot of people go the other way, but I kind of like the way that it looks when I go front to back like that. I'm not going to tuck it in the pocket yet. I'm just going to lay it there, but that really brings up that page, especially since I used the coffee dyed paper for the corner tuck. So just like that. And this is thin enough that when you pull on it, it moves. But you either have this side like this, or you have this side like this. I like them both. Okay, let's find that page. I'm gonna stick that there, and that will, those pockets will be drying while we go on to something else. All right, so let's do the side tucks. This is a regular letter size envelope. What I've done is matted the paper the same way we did the wraparound pocket in the last one, only instead of folding it in half this way, I folded it in half this way, and I've added some ephemera pieces, and I'm just going to glue the 2 ends and attach that, and I will have a side tuck on both sides. So let's get the other pieces for that. I have them here somewhere. Here we go. Also, I have, you know, I had to cut the pages down so that they would fit into this journal because it's a little smaller. And I took all the cutoffs, and now that I added new thread in my sewing machine, my older sewing machine, Still working on the embroidery one. I think I'm going to try doing that over the weekend while my husband's home, in case I need help. But my old brother sewing machine is working beautifully now, just since I changed to the good thread. And I'm going to leave the link to the thread that I bought in the description box, because I paid $7.99. It's 1,200 square feet, I believe, but they have 5 packs for like 20 some dollars. So instead of buying 2, I could have paid a couple dollars more. I could have gotten 5. I wasn't paying attention. Not only that, but I didn't know that it was going to work, and now it's sewing like butter. So I took all the cut-offs and I made fabric ribbon. Isn't that pretty? Just all of the pieces that I cut off. So these will be nice to add to a couple of the pages in the journal. But I want to wait and see after the ephemera is on how far we go. Alright, so we have some words on this one. I'm going to do the same way I did before. I'm going to come up about 1/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to draw. Where's my pencil? Draw around. Do a better job than that. I don't make as many mistakes when I'm doing it by myself. Okay, so I want to cut that one out. And I think I barely have enough. Let me trim that off. I'm going to trim off these wings. I think I barely have enough to do that other piece. So let's see. I'm going to need to mark this in here. Oh yeah, just right. That'll come out just right. Alright, so I'm going to come in like that. And we'll mark this here. Okay, so I've got that piece. Alright, so let's glue that on. We've got this piece. I want to ink around these a little bit. I'll go ahead and ink around the envelope. I don't think I need the ink on that side, actually. I'm not sure. I am a little directionally challenged as well, so yeah, you know. I have to actually put everything together and then look at it. But I do know these need to be inked around a little bit. Okay, so my camera popped off. That's telling me it's time to wrap it up. So we will finish this one and call it a day. And I am just putting glue around here. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll line this up. I should have put the glue on the smaller piece, but I don't always follow my own rules. Get all that extra glue off. A little bit down here. Not quite straight either. Let's see. I think it'll be close enough because it's not moving now. Alright, so let's put the glue on this piece. Oops. And that's probably why there's glue on my mat. Okay. And because the words were sideways, I wasn't too concerned of which orientation. It works fine. Now, we do want to get that extra glue off though, because we're going to wrap this around and we don't want it, well, this wouldn't probably affect anything, but we want to make sure the glue is where we want it, not there. Okay, so let me just look at what I've got. Okay, so the way I did this was, and I've got this one so it's this way, so this one I'm going to want to fold the opposite direction, but let's fold this first in half. Where's my bone folder? Sometimes you get that little piece right here that just doesn't want to fold. So, and then we have this little tip. So I want to make sure that that gets folded over. And I am going to glue that tip. Now you'll notice I didn't glue the whole piece down, and that's because I wanted to leave those extra little tuck spots here. There's going to be a tuck spot here and here on the flap. This actually is going to go on a left-hand page, and then this one will go on a right side page. So we've got this little piece here. Ink this up. This is part of the ephemera that came with the kit. And I think it goes this way. So I'm just kind of centering that way. I came up with this because I had done that wraparound the other day, and I thought, oh, I wonder how cute it would be with a little smaller envelope. But then when I was looking at the ephemera, I thought, well, this would be cute if you did it, vertically. And we were talking about using the number 10 envelopes to do vertical side tucks. So I just kind of joined the two. I used the smaller envelopes. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put a piece of ephemera here. Now, is there room for 2 keys? No. So I'm going to trim this down. That way one of the keys will be used for something else. They're both kind of off though. I don't like the way that came off. I think I'm going to use the bigger piece. But I think I want to trim it down just a little bit more. Well, that's a little bit better. I probably could have trimmed it and gotten both of them on there. Oh well, it's okay. Sunny day, and our air is clearing up a little bit. Don't have a scratchy throat. I love keys. I used to collect keys when I was little. I still have a junk drawer in the kitchen that has a ton of keys. There we go. Alright, so let's find a page to put those on. I think these can go in the pockets now. Let's see. Kind of want a page that's a little thicker. Yeah, let's just go to the next coffee dyed paper and wrap it around. This one here. This is in the first signature. So we want, do we want it this way? I guess it doesn't really matter. because it's going to be on both sides. I think I like it this way. So I'm going to run a bead of glue down the sides. Okay. And I think we're just going to center it. Let's see if I can get it centered without, oh wow, look at that. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So hold that for a second. And then we'll have to find some ephemera pieces to go. Oh my goodness, look at this ooze. That one's good. This one was too close to the edge. You see how it kind of gummies up like rubber cement. If you wait too long, it doesn't do that. And it's kind of, because of inking around the page, it kind of turns brown. Let's make sure we're not having the same issue over here. Okay, we're good over here on this side. Oh, there's a little bit up here. All right. And just rub it. Okay, so let's come back on this side and find that other piece. It's this one. And do the same. And this time not as much glue. Sometimes less is more. All right, so I'm going to hold this, kind of come over the top, not, and there we go. So let's see, what do we want to stick in there? Probably some journal cards, but I think I'm going to come back to that because I want to wait for this to dry. So there we go. I don't know how I'm going to do a picture of the ephemera we did today because I glued it all in, and I usually take a picture of it before we glue it in. Oh well, maybe I'll just take another picture of the cover, and because it's so pretty. And I hope you join me next time. Thanks for watching. We'll finish up the ephemera and start adding the journal cards and tags to the rest of it and wrap this one up. I have one more soft spine journal, and it's using the canvas, the printable canvas that we used the other day. I'm using the printable canvas, let's put it that way. Melanie Sullivan is the one that I saw do this, and I am going to be using the hardcover boards from the Reader's Digests that I was talking about earlier, where I cut off the spine, and we'll be using the canvas folded over for the spine. And I think I'm going to use the ones that I printed wrong the other day. I mean, talk about using up stuff. From the Cottage Lane collection. So I'll use that for the spine, and I'm not sure exactly what kit I'm going to use, but I have 2 paper stacks sitting on my other desk that I have not even opened, and I'm dying to use them. So anyway, come back next time. Thanks for watching.